All right, ladies and gentlemen, game four, ELSR versus KSC. ELSR in the lead. This is a best of five series, and I personally am very hopeful we get to game five because that's my baby Islands of Ice. But we got to get through this game first. Let's take a look. Raptor, what's going on with ELSR?
All right, ELSR bringing a Montana, a fairly typical American style build there, running both artillery plotting mods. Going for he's running a bit of survivability there with the fire prevention, but he's also, what's that goofy talent that when he's on fire, he gets reload, Zath?
That's called Furious, sir.
There we go.
Furious.
Interesting to see that coupled with fire prevention, but I guess he doesn't want to die, so fair enough. Married to a St. Vincent in a much more standard style of build. Let's see. Over here we got Hutao's Marseille. He's running outnumbered to go with a concealment and reload. We got double. Okay, double Marseille. Where's the other Marseille? There we go. That's Apex. He is running almost the same build. He actually has the heavy AP skill in there. Stevens Brisbane. Concealment, RPF, gun reload. Yep, not a torpedo build. Brisbane. We've seen a few of those around. And last but not least, that leaves us with Ms. Sakura's Stalingrad, which is a range and RPF Stalin. He's actually lit right now. Maybe some shells coming in. Harugamo is the fancy unique upgrade there with the crazy smoke. Quincy's Delneve, a fairly standard build there. Reload, gun reload, and heal. And that just leaves us with Professor Luger's Daring here. Again, gun reload, RPF, all the standard stuff. Talk to me about KSC, Zath.
All right, well, let's take a look. Opposing to the South, KSC looking to tie this up with a win here on North. All the way towards the A side, we've got ourselves a torpedo spec, smoke spec gearing, heading actually kind of a consumable spec. Heading out towards A side with Ataki Yoshi's Brizzy right in tow. That is a almost full torpedo spec. Interesting to see all the torpedo skills and then gun slot. But in any case, Quicksilver coming up behind with really a gun spec Brizzy. So we got two Brizzies in tow behind the gearing. All the torpedo spam at A. Along with Pikachu's Vermont. We've seen that quite a bit. Yep. King Viper now detected by Stalingrad radar in the middle. Z42, standard build. Moskva, middle. What we expect to see with unique upgrade. Actually, he's a little bit more towards the seaside. Sate's now undetected and being shot at by Godu Hitori's Montana. Resets.
Oof.
Yeah.
A little bit of chip damage there. Nothing catastrophic, but a solid hit.
Nope. And he's in a 420 Blaze it all Hargamo, which is interesting considering he's nowhere near Warped Chaos of Salem. But I have a feeling they want to grab the cap and then they want to rejoin those two for a push up the 910 line. Salem, gun build, and Well Done's Ohio is sniper with... Actually, no, it's more of a jack of all trades spec. Give me all the damage, secondaries, and main battery.
Now, we haven't seen a lot of Brisbane in this series. Brisbane has been banned the last two games, but it's not banned this game. Des Moines is on the ban list, and so KSC taking advantage of that, taking two Brisbanes here.
Yeah, with lots of twerps coming into that typical smoky smoke spot. Steven's got to take one here.
Hatake's Brisbane, both Brisbanes coming under a tremendous amount of Marseille and St. Vincent AP fire. Boy, look how bold these guys are. They're way into this cap in smoke, Zath.
Yeah, here comes some cross shots from Montana. That does some damage.
Yeah, it does. Quicksilver getting hammered back there.
Quicksilver's going to have to think about that one as the clear push here. This is basically, can torpedoes hold off the faces of five opponents? Sorry, six.
So far, it feels like they threw their torpedoes in the wrong place. They tried to torpedo the Brisbane in the smoke, but almost feels like they should be trying to torpedo the Marseille-St. Vincent push that is coming straight down their throat. Hatake taking a torpedo right there.
Yes.
Radar going up. Vermont shells now seeking Stevens Brisbane in the smoke.
King Viper also at B taking some pretty big hits. And look at Storm. Storm's Moscow fixing to go up that channel.
Yeah, I think that KSC, one of the things that KSC realized in the first two games is that ELSR seemingly tends to play very quickly, very aggressively. And if you don't respond to that, like within the first few minutes of the match, once you get a sense of what they're doing, you will regret it. And so I think what we're seeing here is KSC responding. They're like, okay, the guys at A, pull back. You will not win that flank right now. Just keep moving, keep retreating. The guys at C, it's time to find your engines and get moving.
That's right.
Viper's in trouble. Look at the 4 line.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been watching him. He came out right next to Luger. made his inky, but he's under radar from
Yep.
when Stalingrad.
Stalingrad radar's got him, and when that goes away, the Brisbane radar will be up. So Viper's probably going to go down here.
It's unfortunate as yep, there goes Raiden Shogun now trying to get in front of the Brizzies so that he can radar or sorry, smoke, but torpedoes coming in too. He's all right for now.
Already, the two Marseilles and St. Vincent have flipped, Zath. They accomplished what they wanted on this flank. They pushed KSC back. And now let's see what they decide to do as they reposition here. Both teams sticking up a cap. ELSR up a ship here. 6 minutes gone.
The hardest part about kiting away is knowing when to stop kiting.
Mm.
And so the decision to make that change, remember, North is a smaller map compared to the other ones we've seen. You can absolutely play that game of maneuver.
Well, you see Raiden not smoking. So obviously KSC has realized that maybe they don't have to keep moving. They watched ELSR do this with
Mhm.
the Wolf Pack earlier, right? They saw some of this in game 1 with the Marseille Bourgogne push down the 10 line. So they heavy pushed. It's almost like they're heavy pushing, trying to draw KSC into a position that they can then turn around and bring all these ships back and crush them.
That's right, yeah. I mean, what they're essentially doing is they're trying to multiply their ships, right? Because
Yeah,
now KSC is gonna run into the full
yeah.
strength of ELSR, and then once they get defeated, they just simply turn around, and, ELSR then hits the other side of KSC.
Well, if I'm Well Done's Ohio, I'm probably already making this left turn, looking to go down this channel. He's about to realize that all these guys are coming back to kill him, and he's about to
Um,
be in about a 6-on-1.
I think he's trying to get behind the Stalingrad right now.
Well, I think that's a mistake.
Mhm.
Storm's Hydro has the Stalin locked up, and Pikachu's Vermont is just dunking him for 15, 20, 1,000 a salvo. And Well
He's
Done is not going to survive this experience, I don't think.
he's looking at the Montana.
Yeah, he's been looking at. They've been chasing the Montana for a while, but my point is that I feel like that they should have brought Well Done here to threaten the Montana, and then maybe turn
Mhm.
him back down the channel, realizing that these guys are coming back to focus him because that's exactly what's happening. And there he goes.
That's right. Well, the radar from Storm came up a little bit too late, and therefore that valuable intelligence is missed.
Yep.
Now,
Admittedly,
Furious.
they don't know that, but go ahead.
Mhm. Furious is Montana. The thing, or sorry, the Furious build on the Montana. The big thing about that is when you're on fire, your main battery loads quicker, and you're actually a little bit harder to hit. So it's kind of funny to see a ship like the Montana using that to its advantage. Usually, we see Saint Vincent or a Conqueror running that kind of a build.
Mm-hmm. Say Tarugamo just absolutely showing no mercy here. Warped Chaos' Salem doing the same.
Oh, they know that they just have to get this this
They
Montana out.
basically have to sell the farm to get this kills Ath, and they know it.
Meanwhile, look
They've
at the Gearing Double Brizzy repush to A.
Yep. They've pushed so hard and so far, they have to secure this kill. And then it's like, okay, kill him, and then we'll figure out what happens next.
Mm-hmm. All the torpedoes coming into that smoke snail going to A now.
Yep. Hitaki's Hydro was up, so they should be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Quicksilver, yep, they're all going to be able to avoid them.
Well, there's another rack coming that Shogun that Raiden might run into.
Yeah, but the timing on these is not
Just
quite as good.
yeah.
That's going to draw out Steven's radar. There it is. Raiden caught at the
Mm-hmm.
bottom of the A cap. They're about to get Bochi finally.
As you can see, the Marseilles have both turned around
Yes.
again.
Well, they could just continue to reposition. We're nearing the halfway mark of the match. It's about 170-ish point lead here for ELSR as they do lose
Yep.
the
Quicksilver.
Montana, but Quicksilver goes out right there. So I would say bad trade, but a trade nonetheless. If you're KSC, now Sate and the Salem have to try and figure out what to do as Luger and Misakura Stalingrad able to work on the B cap while they're farming out Pikachu's Vermont.
Yeah, this is I don't know how KSC can get back into this. I mean, they
I don't
have to
either.
somehow get behind
I don't either.
Rin while Pikachu lives, but
Yeah.
oh, there's the heal. Pikachu gets the heal off at least.
All right. Well, he's got another few seconds to live then.
He's not quite dead.
Not dead yet. I
He's getting
feel
better.
happy. I feel happy. He is on
He's about to go
fire
for a walk.
again. Yeah. He knows
There he
he's out. He gets one more salvo downrange at Misakura, but that's it.
Ooh, Storm hitting Luger pretty hard.
Yeah. And that final salvo hits Misakura pretty hard, but I don't think it's going to
Mhm.
do KSC a lot of good. In less than 10 minutes, Double Marseille seems to have just locked this game up for ELSR. You know, in retrospect, Zaf, how many of these
Mhm.
games would be different had Marseille been banned?
Oh, yeah. Well, I have a feeling if KSC does revisit ELSR, in the grand finals,
Yep.
that
We we
Marseille's
we
gonna be banned
we
every map.
we may find out, might we?
Hmm. Luger on fire now. He's gonna burn out.
Yeah,
Actually.
they're gonna lose Luger here, and it might again. I come back to we're kind of talking like we're writing KSC off. They're only two ships
Hmm.
down,
Hmm.
but their board control is basically non-existent. Whereas ELSR is all focused up here, able to easily hold on to the A cap, make a strong play for the B cap. I'm just if you're KSC, I'm not sure how you figure this, how you get back in here. They're trying to farm out Misakura.
Rin
They
is the
could,
key.
yeah. I think if they kill the Stalin, they've got a decent shot, maybe.
That's right. With the Marseilles being pulled out, although they're kind of just chilling in the channel, waiting for Warp Chaos to try to turn. Looks like Hutao has no more reload booster. Captain Caesar has one available in a minute.
Warp Chaos chewing through the one of his crazy Salem heals here, weathering the HE fire, holding steady at about 20,000 HP. They do
Yep.
punch out the Stalingrad. KSC down only a ship and only 60 points. There's 8 minutes to play. They may have a way back in if they can keep ships on the board.
That's a big if as Raiden now
Uh,
smokes up Itake's Brizzy, but there's the
yeah.
instant radar from Steven saying, nah, you're not going to have that one.
Yep. The
You're
St.
not getting
Vincent.
that.
That St. Vincent AP looked like it overpinned Hitake right there.
Hmm.
Hitake's Brisbane has one radar left, but it's nearly 2 minutes away, so they're not going to have an opportunity there to pick up the Delny. They do manage to punch out Warped Chaos back to about a 170-point lead here. They needed to keep Warped on the board, not able to do it.
Yeah, Storm's in a tough spot with the Mosfa because he has to come out and do something with these Marseilles, but at the same time, he can't show too much side
Yeah.
or he just gets slapped.
Well, these Marseilles have just been absolutely running roughshod over KSC here. We saw it in game one. You're looking at it again here in game four. ELSR loving the speed, loving the maneuverability. And you almost get the sense that, they planned out. Oh, Hitake gets punished there by the St. Vincent.
Hmm.
You almost get the sense that they planned out uh, the engine boost, right? Okay, you spawn, you engine boost. The engine boost will take you this far over to the other flank. Once we have completed that cap, hang out here for X number of seconds, shoot,
Hmm.
fire, shoot, then speed boost back the other way. We're getting you back to mid as quick as we can. Like, you
That's
almost
right.
get the sense that they've spent some time in a training room working through that sequence of events.
Yeah, imagine practicing for King of the Sea.
I mean,
Amazing.
who knew, right? Why would you do such a thing with money on the line? That's crazy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As Sate now runs into Hutao's
Oh yeah.
Marsilli. I
Nope.
want to mention too. That's I think the reason why we hear Putin calling the Marseille the Marsilli. Big hit there from the Moskva. Another AP salvo. Doesn't do
Sate-
much.
Sate's got the AP, had the AP in the barrel, swapping to the HE right there.
Mhm.
Going to see if he can get the second rack out maybe on Apex, but it's not going to happen.
No, and that should do it for this game.
Pretty much should. I mean, KSC only has a couple of ships left, and Storm is in a position to threaten the B cap, but certainly not in a position to grab it. Raiden
No.
not in a position to do anything but just try and survive.
Yep. And Quincy's Delney is just chasing him down.
Oh yeah. That's not something the gearing can sustain forever. Delney's simply a faster hull. The gearing can avoid him for a while with the speed boost up, but once that disappears, no.
Yeah, look at little Buster's Harugumo just coming in. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
just going to end this.
That's right.
The enemy is about to win.
Storm's had his Hydra up for a while. He knew Buster was there. Storm doesn't seem to care. He's determined to get this kill on Hu Tao. He's like, we're going to kill one of these Marseilles before this game ends. Dang it.
Right.
In fact, Buster's is going for the ram. He's not even going for the torpedo strike.
There's the horns.
Do manage to pick up the Marseille. Storm going to accept this ram with as intended. And there we go. ELSR claiming game 4 here. They remain the last undefeated team here on the North American bracket.
Yeah, quite a series going up to 4. KSC, of course, not out. Going down to the loser bracket, which we will be following momentarily.
Indeed.
What a crazy game here. I really do feel like ELSR coming into this with a very different playstyle set than perhaps KSC was prepared for. I mentioned earlier, KSC very good at changing around strategies and being flexible, but they're just not flexible enough, it seems.
Yeah. Do you remember last King of the Sea, Boggsy talking about Marseille and how he was super pumped about that ship, and he was kind of getting like the side eye from a couple of guys. I think maybe there's some folks now that owe him a bit of an apology. We'll see if he can extract that from him in the next few weeks. But for now,
what was it? Oh, they can hear me. Damn it!
It's
yes, we can hear you.
We'll throw it back to you guys in the studio. Y'all have fun with this one.